Alright, what is going on? Okay. Hopefully everything's good. Oh my gosh. Again, my earphones. I've gotta remember. Yeah. Seems alright. So, welcome guys to another video. Today I wanted to do a reading. Throwback. I haven't really done one of these in a while. But yeah, it's just a general reading, so, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Bish, you're your own spiritual guru, so I'm not here to baby feed. Okay, if you want the baby feeding, you go find your mama and then be along your merry way. Okay, so let's get into the energies, loves. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Why do I feel like someone's in a lack mindset? I feel like with this card, like somebody's in a lack mindset. Somebody's stuck in the old way of thinking and still thinking that like things are how it's presenting in the physical and just letting the physical realm like overwhelm them or something. That's the energy I'm getting with that card. So yeah, someone is letting the physical overwhelm them in some way, which is to say that they're allowing the physical to manipulate or change their emotional state. Then we also have the Ten of Swords. Okay, with the Ten of Swords, I feel like it's kind of like being in denial about this certain crisis. I don't know. That's just what I'm getting with that card. Like being in denial and not being like properly aware of the fact that this situation is happening right now. Like you literally got stabbed in the back or whatever the heck the energy is. It might not be that, but okay. So then we also have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So with the Eight of Wands in reverse, what's that giving? It's giving she's in a rush. It's giving she's in a hurry. It's giving like anxiety, It's giving all those things that we don't really want to play. And I just realized my deck was upside down. Do I count the reversals? Do I not count the reversals? That's the dilemma, I would say for this time I'm counting the reversals because that's just the vibes that I was picking up on in general. Okay, so when it comes to that, it's that hasty energy, it's that kind of fearful energy of, wanting to get something done, wanting to carry something out for the fulfillment of like a certain comfort or desire or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. It's giving like a lot of this reading is giving like survival mode type energy. I feel like somebody's stuck in more of like a survival primal state of energy, which is just that they're being susceptible to those animalistic energies as well, due to, the way that they think, the way that they feel, the way that you're carrying out your day-to-day activities and stuff like that. It's more in a survival based mindset, in a kind of like hurry, rush, rush, rush. You want to get things done so much, but not allowing that time for your peace of mind, and not giving credence or giving blessings or giving energies to that proper time for you, essentially. So it's just giving like overworking, like day lost in the daily grind type energy, and not having the air to breathe properly. You know, you're not being given the opportunity to take a breath, but like you could give yourself the opportunity, because we can all do something in some way, even if it's small. There's still those 5 minutes, like for example, that 5 minutes that you, instead of scrolling on your phone, you could have taken that 5 minutes to like take a few breaths, clear your head, listen to the birds, go for a 5 minute walk, like whatever it is. There could be something small that you could possibly do, and that could be a drastic change. Just small things make some of the biggest changes sometimes. So just being aware of that, for people who do have quite a busy schedule and struggle to implement certain things, like it's not always go hard or go home. If you're just trying to do something like, and you don't have much time to do it, it's better to just give in a little bit, rather than to wait for the time where you can give your all to it, because that might not come, or it might come in a very, very long time. And by that point, you've got people who you could have been aligning with, energies that you could have been in the space of, that will allow you to expand your dreams, but you didn't actually take that time to put in that 5 minutes a day. You didn't actually take that time to put in that small bit of energy work, because you maybe were like, oh, yeah, I'll get back to it when I have more time. But like, time is a finite resource. Pretty much the only finite resource, when it comes to your time here on this earth as this specific vessel. You only get a certain amount of time, and you can't buy time, you can't gain time back. You can only like go through it again. So if you have another life, you're going to just go through time in the same kind of aspect that you're doing it now. Like, we all get the same 20 years, although arguably when it comes to the mental and the spiritual realm, time is completely different. Time doesn't really exist like that. But in terms of the physical realm is what I'm talking more. Yeah. Can't get those back, you know what I mean? You can't win those hours back. You can't work those hours back. Can't pay for those hours back. So, yeah. That was a very specific message for somebody there, whoever resonated with. But yeah, just taking those time out for you to breathe. Even in the time that you were watching me, you could have been doing like other things. Not saying you should have been doing other things, but like there's always some kind of moment that you can implement something. And yeah, like I was saying, it's not a go hard or go home all the time. A lot of times you just got to work with what you've got, what little that you have, on all levels, whether that's a certain routine, whether that's a certain energy that you want to like incorporate more into your life, or a hobby, or whatever it is. So we also have the Two of Wands that came out as well. So it's funny as this card always just I always look at here and I'm like, it's like he's on holiday. Like he's literally just chilling in the freaking water there. Like he does not have a care in the world. You know what I mean? Because he's already put in the groundwork and he's made those connections with his fire, with his passion, with his creativity, with his creation energy, with his vision. And so he's allowed that to incorporate more so that it can relate to something external, he or she, they, you know, and that's allowing for the opportunity for him to kind of have that leeway, to have that relief off of his shoulders type energy. So that's gonna obviously give him that extra bit of room to, you know, incorporate other things into his daily practices. Because now he's taking that time to actually like relax and kind of share the load essentially when it comes to like any kind of work. So, very interesting read today, guys. Let me pull some more cards. But yeah, definitely picking up on those energies. Like, yeah, you guys need to take a breath or 10. Like, when I was at the third part of that reading, I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like everything was closing in on me, like that type of energy. It was very, like, claustrophobic, is the energy that I was picking up on. Very claustrophobic, but not even with just physical spaces. It's like claustrophobic, like energy is what I'm getting. So like you might be too mix and mingly as well. Like you might involve yourself too many different things in the world, and then you've got like so many different energies that you are exchanging with on a daily basis that it's not as direct as it could be, if that makes sense. As opposed to if you're directing your energy into more specific areas of your life, you know, like having large chunks of time dedicated to specific things that you actually know are benefiting you, or that you know that are part of your purpose or your passion as an individual, then that's going to give you that direct kind of energy that I was just talking about. Because you're focusing more on one area, you know what I mean? It's like giving you more directness to actually take yourself to wherever you need to go, as opposed to if you're just involved in a whole bunch of little things here and there all throughout the world. Like you have like a whole bunch of friends and you like visit like five of them in one day or something. I don't know, that's just a random example, but like you have a lot of different energies that you're exchanging with, you know what I mean? So it's not going to be direct because it's like kind of a representation of that jack of all trades, master of none type of energy. And then obviously that's not always true, you know. Some people can be jack of all trades and be masters as well. But when it comes to that specific situation I was talking about, because you're spreading yourself thin energetically, you know. Hi Monty. Oh my gosh. Wait, Ming Ming. I just read it as Monty. I'm like, why does that sound wrong in my head? Hi Ming Ming. Love and light to you too. Hope you're good. So, what's it called? Sorry, I'm just multi-streaming at the moment, so I come back and check the comments every now and then because I've got like Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. So yeah, I just go back and forth, check the comments every now and then from the other ones, and then see where we go. Why does it look like I'm wearing a leather jacket? This is not even leather. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Okay, so So we got two cards here. We got the Nine of Swords, and then we got the Queen of Swords. Cute vibes, cute vibes. Well, not really cute. Like we don't like the Nine of Swords too much. It's not very cute. So when it comes to the Nine of Swords, well, babes, we already know the Nine of Swords. We already know that that girl needs to chill on the thought. She needs to lax on it. You know what I mean? She needs to let go. And then what's it called? I was just thinking about something. My bad. My bad. My bad. So when the Queen of Swords comes up, right, and the Nine of Swords, this is representing to me you jumping into this overthinking energy. You know, a lot of air going on, a lot of swords, and like I was just saying, you know, that relates to what I was just talking about too, with you kind of interacting with many different energetics fields, you know, throughout a shorter period of time, you know, and this is giving you a lot of different energies that you're exchanging with on a constant basis. So when you restrict like those a little bit and you kind of streamline things and put them more into a certain space, you know, I'm only going to hang around with this kind of energy because I know that I want to cultivate more of this energy or whatever the case may be. Not saying you should only hang out with certain people for their energy, but energy can be a good way of you kind of, because we all pick up on different messages from each other, you know. We all get these different senses from each other. So without like delving too deep into that, you already know, you know, sometimes you just have like this certain feeling and you don't know why. You just like, I just know there's something not right about this person or this situation, so on and so forth. So that's what I'm talking about when I say that. So yeah, when it comes to the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Swords, what I'm feeling is like your ability to be able to logically, like strategically use that Queen of Swords energy, use that diplomatic type of energy, and be more diplomatic within yourself. You know what I mean? Being more concrete and concise about your different air-like qualities, you know, because that involves communication, that involves travel, that involves strategizing, like all those kind of energies. So, being able to communicate in better ways with yourself or externally, you know, being able to strategize and work out your different thoughts. So, what I'm feeling with this energy is almost giving like you guys need to kind of logically kill whatever thoughts you're dealing with at this point. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like fight fire with fire, but you're fighting logic with logic, internally speaking, um, by kind of killing whatever thoughts you've created in order for yourself to produce this different, like multitudes of thoughts that are in your mind, creating this negative space for you. You know, so by doing that, you will just think of a thought that is equally as strong, but proves and promotes the opposite to what your original seeds were of your overthinking thought. And that'll help you to kind of let go and complete or clear whatever like that energy is that's keeping you attached like to this certain space of overthinking. You know what I mean? With the world card, with the completion there, you know? So, probably pull a few more cards and then we'll hop off for this one because I'm just feeling like that's literally it. Like, so, I don't know, you just get a feeling, you just get a vibe, and you're just like, this is it, this is it. You can just feel it, it's near the end. Like, there's not really much to say. The rest is up to you. Pass the baton. Okay. So, what can you guys do to remedy this situation or to help yourself to get out of the bullshit that you've decided to push yourself into? We have the success card, right? So success recognition. So this is about recognizing yourself, realizing that you are successful in whatever way that means to you, because it might not just be financially, but just knowing and recognizing within you that you are successful, or that you are worthy of validation, or you are worthy of recognition by recognizing yourself. You know what I mean? Like, instead of waiting around with the temperance card, waiting around for that recognition, waiting around for that validation from whatever, it may not even be a person that you're trying to look for validation in. It may be a certain outcome that you're looking for validation in. It may be a certain, like, whatever, you know what I mean? Many different ways that you can look for validation other than just looking for it, like someone to physically validate you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah. And then as well, like just being patient with all that energy, realizing that, yeah, you can think and feel your way into a certain situation by manifesting and whatever the heck and visualizing, but having that patience to actually see things carry their way through. Because you might want things to happen instantly, you might want things to just instantly come to you, but you gotta have patience when it comes to certain things, you know what I mean? And that's what's gonna give you that ability to stand the test of time. And I will see you guys for the next video. Peace. That's the reading for y'all. That's the reading. Yeah, by the way, link in the bio on my YouTube channel. If you would like to get a paid reading, if you would like to book a reading, and then stay tuned for any other products that I may have in stock. I will obviously